All right, welcome everyone to the Root of All Real. This is episode number 2. I'm here with my boy Javi and Ralph
up?
once again.
How you doing, guys?
We will be discussing the topic of George Floyd today, a man who struggled for his life to the very end due to an officer by the name of Derek Chauvin pressing his knee against his neck until his last breath. Now we're seeing large protests in Minneapolis. Protesters have set a police precinct on fire. Wednesday evening, protests involved more than 30 fires. And there's been a lot of rampant looting, and many community business have been ransacked, and a lot of people have turned to violence at this time. But a lot of people are angry, and rightfully so. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and open a few questions today with Javi and Ralph. Now that former Officer Chauvin has been arrested, what picture does this paint for law enforcement across the world today? I personally think this puts a very bad light on the officers all around the community that are doing the right things. You know, they're putting food on the table. They risk their lives every day in and day out to protect us. And they do a lot of hard work out there. You know, they save a lot of lives. So we can't forget about that. Don't let the bad apples do speak on the good people out there, the good cops who are doing good things. But what do you think about that, Javi?
I believe you, man. It's not like everyone is the same. Just like there's a lot of ignorant people out there, there's always gonna be the same thing, in my opinion. I have friends who are cops. You guys know who you are. It's just very sad that this is what it comes down to in front of a camera. You know, what the picture that it paints for me is that it's okay to do something like this in front of the world, and it shouldn't be like that. It should never be like that. It's a human being who was no threat at the time of the recording of the arrest. I don't think anyone deserves to be treated like this, man. No matter what, your color, race, it don't matter. None of that. It's a human life, and he was no threat. That's the bottom line, in my opinion. And what about you, Ralph? What you think about that?
Yeah, just to say not all cops are bad, but there are some that are, kind of messed up. I saw the video about what happened to Floyd, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me mad. And it made me even a little more mad is because there was people around him that were shooting the video, and that's understandable. They're like trying to get on camera, but no one stepped in to help this dude. This dude is literally telling the cops, "Hey, I can't breathe." Just, and they had a cop had his leg on somebody's neck. I mean, come on now, man. This guy's he's already arrested already. He can't get up, But like I said, nobody should go through that. Nobody. Oh, yeah. And nobody jumped in, So that's what another part that kind of made me mad. And he's over here begging for his life. Hey, I can't breathe, man. Just give him a little bit of air. Why didn't you put him in the cop car? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man, that's some crazy things that are going on in this world, man. To follow up with what Ralph said, why should we blame people, for feeling the way they do about cops in general? A lot of people are afraid that, they'll get, if they step in, they're going to take a bullet to the head, or they'll also be killed, So I think that unfortunately the bad apples have gotten away with too much. They've been let go rampant with too much, and it's caused a lot of fear in the community. And of course, look at what happens now. It's brought another death, and it's sad, And what do you think about that, Javi?
Yeah, that's it's not something that we want to teach our kids, teach in the future. It should not be anything like that. That's why people are hating cops. People, when they look at a cop, oh my God, they're gonna stop me. And when they get stopped, the cops are doing their job, and that's what we look forward to. We look forward to cops helping us be on our side when it comes to something that we can't defend ourselves for. And honestly, in my opinion, that's why there's a lot of hatred towards cops, because just like the handful of ignorant people that I'm speaking about earlier, there's a handful of crooked cops, in my opinion. I'm not gonna be too offensive. I'm not gonna say all of them are, but everybody has their own share, and it's just like that. It's just part of what the world has, in my opinion. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I kind of agree with the old crooked cops. I seen a couple of videos where a police officer plants drugs in somebody's car, or if this car is clean, they stop somebody. The car is clean, they have nothing, no drugs on them. And you've seen the little cameras they have on the body cams they got. And I'm thankful that these cops have body cams on them so we can see what they're actually doing to the people. You know what I mean? Back then they didn't have it. But now we can totally see what's going on. I saw another video where it was something about a cop arguing with somebody. He was leaving a grocery store or something like that, and he stopped him, and there was a 90-year-old woman, his grandma, I believe, that stepped out and tried to stop it, and the cop actually pushed down the 90-year-old woman. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's pretty bad, man. I have seen videos as well where they show a cop with the little body cam, where you can actually see where the cop plants a little bag of marijuana in the car and arrests the guy. It blew up I believe on social media. This was a few years back, but just goes to show how corrupt some cops can be, unfortunately. And I hope that from this there can be a lot of change in the police force, especially towards the ones that are taking advantage of their power. Some are just taking too much advantage. They think they can get away with anything and not be told anything, get a slap on the wrist, or not even a slap on the wrist, man. They're just some just keep on doing the same things, especially this officer Chauvin. He was, I believe, it was 12 times that he was reported for having assaulted other people as well. I don't recall all the details, but why wasn't he stopped before? Why wasn't nothing done earlier in his career? It took this to get him fired, and now we have the backlash that's coming, and hopefully he's gonna get, hopefully George Floyd will get his justice. That's what I really hope. Now, moving on to the next question here is, why wasn't he put in the squad car immediately after his arrest? Why was he basically just placed on the ground? The man can't defend himself. He's not going to harm you. His hands are cuffed. He can't kick you. His legs are on the floor, on the concrete. Why did he not be? Why wasn't he placed in the backseat of the car? What do you think about that, Javi?
I didn't understand it. I know the recording was late because we didn't know what it took for them to take him down to begin with. But outside of that, like you said, man, he was already on the ground. I'm pretty sure he was arrested. He had no movement whatsoever. The only thing the man was trying to do was breathe. There's no reason why he should have been laying there in front of the whole recording. I don't know how long that recording was for, but it was a good while, man. He was still breathing, still trying to take that breath so he can just breathe, just breathe. I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand it. It was hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. I know I never wanted to see that, but I'm always curious about things that happen in the world. But you try to you try to help out people in any way, and for that to happen to that man like that, it doesn't. I feel like it would never be justified. Honestly, I don't think that the crimes, the charges that he's done in the past are gonna amount to the charges that they give him in the end. I don't know what's gonna happen in the long run for him, but he's gonna be able to get out no matter what. And I don't know. I don't see a justification for that. What do you think, Rob?
All right, we're talking about the video. So the video was people were commenting, and they said that there was another cop behind him. Let's say he was laying down on his stomach. They said that there was a cop holding his legs. So you said there was a cop, he was handcuffed on the legs? Yeah. Okay, but I heard that they said there was a cop on his legs, and then that guy had, his leg on his neck. And then, of course, you had the other cop just right there watching. And I don't feel like that's messed up, man. Regardless, I think that he should get more than what is coming to him. But you never know. We'll see what's going on with that.
Yeah, man, that's sad. Very sad. That's something that's so wrong as a human being. No human being should be treated in that manner. That's not civilized, man. That's not what being a human is about. You're there to basically protect the public. That's your job. You're not there to put your knee and ram it in somebody's neck. And during the whole incident, the person is actually telling you, I can't breathe, and you still have your knee on his neck. That's not how one should operate if you're an officer. That's just wrong. That's so wrong in so many ways. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. What does this teach everyone watching, especially the children and all the new law enforcement trainees? Does this show them that it's something they can do and get away with? Is this gonna improve the training? Do you think there are gonna be changes with all of this happening, Javi?
Honestly, I'm honestly afraid that it won't. I think that it will empower more trainees to let them feel like they actually, because they have a badge, that they're able to just do whatever they feel like to the accused. But I honestly don't. We never wanted to go that way. Nobody. You don't want to empower trainees to teach them that this is, I'm not gonna say the way to go, but the way for it to be okay, especially in front of a camera, man. These people try to help out in any way they could outside of anything as far as action, and I don't blame them, because the cop was ready to mace them for trying to move them out the way. I mean, we're talking about a human being, man. He's trying to breathe, and it's just sad. Very hard to watch. I just prayers go out to the Floyd family, by the way. I hope that you guys find comfort that he's not suffering anymore. But I wanna send a prayer out for the family. Anything wrong?
Like I said, like this guy was saying, hey man, I can't breathe. And when I watched the end of the video, man, and I read that his mother, Floyd's mother, actually passed away, I think a couple years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or something like that. And he's like, Mom, I'm sorry, or something like that. He said something like that, like, Mom, he's coming, or something like that. He was crying out for his mom. So basically, like, he was using his last breath to, he wanted his mom. And that's heartbreaking, man. I mean, loosen up a little bit, man. And it's funny is that I was looking online, and I saw that Floyd's brother is trying to do the death penalty on the officer. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree. He took a man's life, and it's not right. And the other officers, too. I think he should definitely get some jail time, too. But, yeah.
Yeah, man. I've heard a lot of people calling for the death penalty for the crime that he's committed. That's it's gonna be something that's probably gonna come up during the whole trial. We know that it's gonna be for now third degree murder and manslaughter. So what can we say? What can we do regarding that?
Yeah, well, I didn't personally know how long third degree was in Minnesota because every state is different when it comes to charges, but I don't know. I honestly do believe in the death penalty myself. I don't know how much time he's ultimately gonna spend behind bars, but he will definitely be one to remember as far as what he did in front of the camera, in front of the world. I honestly don't know. You know, we never know. We never know. I hope it's not just a slap in the wrist because this is not what we should be coming down to. You know, it should be. I like watching forensic files. I know it's a different thing, but I love it because it shows justice in the end. We don't just leave it alone and they don't get nothing for it. Everybody needs to be justified for their actions, and hopefully it does the same for him as well. What do you think, Rob?
Well, they were saying he was going to get 25 years,
Yep.
or was it 25 or 30 years? Less? Somebody with 15? No more than 25? Yeah, he should definitely get at least life.
Yeah.
And then add on more. Add on. Keep going. You know, like, screw that, man. You took somebody's life, man. And
Yeah.
it's not right, man, for anybody to go through that, and especially him, what he went through. And no, that's very, very wrong.
Yes, I agree, Ralph. Definitely, man. Something I found out that was interesting about George Floyd is he used to do some recordings with a few rappers. He's a Texas legend
Yeah,
among a few rappers. I have actually heard that song before. That it's been actually spread around social media on Facebook, and I remember it. It was actually from back in high school. I think around that time. Yeah, it was around that time when that song was out. It was popular. I remember that song, and that's amazing. He was talented. George Floyd has a story. You know, he has a wonderful background in being an artist, and I hope that his story gets told. Much prayers to the family of George Floyd. We hope that they're getting through this, and we hope that justice gets served. Unfortunately, the charges that he's been that Officer Chauvin has been given, to me, they don't fit the crime. This man was a good man, despite what he may have done.
I think it was it a fake check?
Yes, I think it had something to do with a forgery, but that doesn't justify killing a man. That's horrible. That's so wrong in so many ways. That's unjustified. Man, I would love to give a shout out to his family. I hope all of our prayers and blessings are with you at this time. I know it's difficult right now, but just know that we're all here for you guys in spirit, and we hope that justice gets served, that change comes about because of this. I hope that that will be the case. Any final remarks you guys would like to give?
Yeah, just following on what Mario said, I think it's obviously not something that a lot of people want to touch on because people be afraid to speak on it, but it needs to be brought up, and it shouldn't be where it needs to be rioted about. shouldn't be about looting. It's sad that I feel like it had to come to rioting and this and that in order for Mr. Chauvin to get arrested. I mean, the first thing that did right was firing him. They should have fired him a long time ago when he was doing the X's and O's before this. But I'm finally glad that it came down to at least doing that, and one step at a time. And to the Floyd family, may Mr. Floyd rest in peace, but he'll definitely be visiting you guys in your dreams, in my opinion, and hopefully you find comfort that he's in a better place.
Yeah, I just want to say, what was his age when he died? How old was he? Was he early 40s? That is way too young to go, and especially the way he did. No, that's not right. But he's in a better place. I really feel he's in a better place, and God bless him and everything he went through. And prayers to the family. Y'all gonna get through this, and justice will come for him. Trust me, justice will come for the cop.
Sure. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you being here with us tonight, and we're gonna be shooting another episode, maybe within a few days or weeks. But please tune in, and I'll be providing social links in the description box of this video so you guys can follow us. Much love. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.